Stop what you're doing, because what I'm about to show you will completely change how you think about Christmas. This is London at Christmas, and trust me, no amount of scrolling through Instagram has prepared you for what actually happens here when December arrives. We're talking 2 million lights on a single street, ice skating under a 300-year-old palace, a Christmas market so massive it takes 3 hours just to walk through, and a 70-foot Norwegian spruce that's caused actual traffic jams because people stop their cars just to stare at it. I'm taking you to the places tourists miss, the hidden Christmas gems locals guard like secrets, and yes, we're finding out if that 8-pound hot chocolate is actually worth it. We'll crash a Victorian Christmas carol session, hunt for the best mince pie in the city, and I'll show you how to experience luxury London Christmas on a budget. So grab your coziest sweater, because we're about to have the most festive minutes of your life. Let's go. First stop, Oxford Street. And I need you to understand something. This isn't just Christmas lights. This is 1.8 miles of pure magic. These aren't your neighborhood string lights. We're talking 750,000 LED bulbs creating these massive spheres and shooting stars suspended above one of the busiest shopping streets in Europe. The switch on happens in early November, and thousands of people came to watch someone flip a switch. But here's where it gets interesting. Each street in central London has its own theme. Regent Street goes for angels and elegance. These are the famous Spirit of Christmas angels, and they've been a tradition here since 1954. 70 years of angels watching over shoppers. And then there's Covent Garden. Oh, Covent Garden. This is what happens when you give creative people an unlimited budget and say, make it Christmassy. Giant glowing mistletoe, reindeer that light up in sequences, and this whole courtyard transforms into something that looks like it fell out of a snow globe. Plus, you've got street performers everywhere. This guy, he's been doing Victorian Christmas characters here for 15 years. That's dedication. Okay, now we're talking about Winter Wonderland. And I'm going to be honest with you, I thought this was going to be overrated. I was wrong. I was so wrong. This thing is enormous. We're talking over 200 stalls, a Bavarian village, a Christmas circus, an ice kingdom, multiple roller coasters, and an observation wheel that gives you views across the entire park. The smell alone is worth the visit. You've got bratwurst, mulled wine, roasted chestnuts, Dutch pancakes, German pretzels the size of your head. Speaking of which, this is a raclette potato. They literally scrape melted cheese onto a roasted potato, and it costs around £9, and honestly, worth every penny. Now, if you only do one thing at Winter Wonderland, make it the magical Ice Kingdom. Everything inside is carved from ice. The walls, the sculptures, even the bar where they serve you cocktails in glasses made of ice. It's minus 10 degrees Celsius in here. They give you these coats, but you still feel like you're inside a freezer, which, I mean, you literally are. But if Winter Wonderland feels a bit too touristy, head to Southbank. This is where Londoners actually go. Smaller, more intimate, right along the Thames. You've got handmade crafts, vintage finds, and the food is somehow even better because these are independent vendors, not chains. And you get this view, the London Eye lit up, the river reflecting all the lights. This is the London Christmas aesthetic you came for. Every year since 1947, Norway has sent London a Christmas tree, and not just any tree, the biggest, most perfect Norwegian spruce they can find. This is a thank you for Britain's support during World War II, 77 years of gratitude, standing 70 feet tall in the middle of Trafalgar Square. Every evening there are carol services here, hundreds of people, many who don't even know each other, singing together in the cold. And honestly, it's the most wholesome thing you'll see all year. Then we've got Somerset House. This is an 18th century palace, and every winter they flood the courtyard and turn it into an ice rink. You're literally skating in a building where kings and queens once walked. The backdrop is insane. Though I will say, my skating skills, not insane, more like concerningly bad. Yeah, that's going in the blooper reel. Now, if you want to see British Christmas taken to an art form, you have to see the Fortnum Mason windows. These aren't just decorations. They're animated stories, handcrafted scenes that took artists months to create. This one has over 40 moving parts. And inside, It's like stepping into a Christmas fever dream. Everything is luxury. We're talking 45-pound Christmas crackers, 200-pound hampers, teas that cost more than my flight here. But here's the secret. You don't have to buy anything. Just walking through is an experience. Though I did get a mince pie for research purposes, so everyone talks about Oxford Street and Covent Garden. But let me show you where locals actually hang out during Christmas. This is Daunt Books, Edwardian bookshop, stained glass skylights, and at Christmas they decorate it like something out of a Dickens novel. Grab a book, sit by their little Christmas tree, and suddenly you're in a movie. Plus they have a Christmas classics section that will destroy your credit card if you're not careful. Sunday mornings hit Columbia Road Flower Market. I know what you're thinking. Flowers? In December? But this is where you find wreaths, holly, mistletoe, Christmas trees, real ones, made by hand. And the banter from the Cockney flower sellers is worth the trip alone. And this is Leadenhall Market. If you're a Harry Potter fan, you'll recognize this as Diagon Alley from the films, Victorian architecture, cobblestone streets, and at Christmas they go all out. It's free to walk through. Barely any tourists know about it, and it's absolutely stunning. Plus, there are these ancient pubs tucked inside where you can get a proper Sunday roast and pretend you're a local for an afternoon. So there you have it. Christmas in London. Is it crowded? Yes. Is it expensive? It can be. Is it worth it? Absolutely. There's something about the city during December that just hits different. Maybe it's the history. Maybe it's the lights. Maybe it's the fact that you can ice skate in a palace courtyard while eating a roasted chestnut. Whatever it is, if you've never experienced a London Christmas, put it on your bucket list. And if you have, come back, because it somehow gets better every single year. If you enjoyed this, hit that subscribe button because I've got more city guides coming. Drop a comment telling me where I should visit next. And if you're planning a trip to London, let me know. I want to hear about it. Thanks for watching, and whether you're celebrating or not, I hope your December is filled with magic. See you in the next one.